What I want to talk about later is Genesis. Um, Israel, they wanted their own land. Do they own everything? If you want your own land, should you let another country come in and buy the buildings on your land? No. If they buy enough of the buildings on your land, very eventually it's no longer your land. But yet you can control the laws. But do you follow what I'm saying? There's so many things that are going on in this world right now. We don't people to I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about that. Moses, Pharaoh, hypotheses and theories, conspiracists. Why is it the other guy a conspiracist? Just a different thinker? Why do we have to have so much? Um, it, I just can't even say it. Has anybody told the beaver not to poop in the woods and to poop in the water because his house is below the water? And below the water, the fish are screaming at the beaver and telling him, hey, you're actually above land, you live most of the time. Why don't you go poop in the woods? Protection, protection. Stop being a thief and start being nice to the person beside you and know the difference. Man, woman, and child. Man, woman, and child. Man, woman, and child. And they also say every man for himself. When it's a woman, it's herself. So, what am I doing? What do I do? I break things down and I do um, a research in between the alter reality of words based on the design of the letter, uh, the geometrics of the letter, how it works on the quadrille paper, running things in basic directions. There's a four-way split here and a four-way split here, and then the four-way split here on this angle and the four-way split on this angle. So that's 4, 8, 12, 16. Around the belly, this way and this way. 4, 8, 12. Okay, 4, 8, 12. 16. 4, 8, 12. Is it 4, 8, 12? 4 this way, 2 this way, 2 this way, 2 this way, 2 this way is 4. Um, 4 around 4 is 8, and 8 is 16, and I think 4 is 20. I can't really, I'm going to have to design this. Anyways, what is Genesis about? What are some of the things in the Bible? There's certain things we have to keep going over, just like I have to keep going over A, B, C. If I go over A, B, C, I want to go over the first 3 commandments. The 4th commandment is going to be a chain link to the 1st commandment. Since there are 10 commandments, the last commandment is telling me that 4 is creation of all, which is Dalet. And it's not me who says it, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 that tells me. So now we have to look at all the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th letters in the Greek, in the French, in the Spanish, in different alphabets and see what goes on with that letter. And the artwork that goes along with this. But what's going on in Israel right now? Why have there's just something I read and anyways, listen to this. Listen to this. If it's in the air, my friends, it's in the air. If it's not, it's not. But when you lose control of your freedom, that stress is greater than anything you will ever have. And when you talk about the frontline worker, well, in the front line in 1945, the frontline worker had nothing to do with the hospital. It had to do with those in the front lines, those who ended up in the hospital. So the frontline workers for the frontline men, or frontline men and women. So there's a whole story inside of that. There's a whole story inside these set of dice. There's a whole story in this set of nines. There's a whole story because on this, you go to 10 and you end up on the other side of 9 and then 0. There is no 1. How did you get to 0 from 9 when 10 is 1 plus 0 equals to 1? Where is that 0? Why are we there? What happened? Are the cards in the deck of cards, the 6 and 7 go inside the 8 the ace goes inside the 3, inside the 5, and all the 5 fits inside the 9. The 4 is inside the 5 card, the 6 card, the 7 card, the 8 card, and the 9 card. Don't count the 10 card. 10 is 1 plus 0 equals 2, 1. But the 4 is not in the 1, but the 4 is with the 10, 10, 4, Roger. 4. A, B, C equals 10. So it's the 10 becomes the 4, the 4th creates the 10th. And what's funny about that is here's your 10, and here's your 1 and 3, 4. 6 and 4 equals 10. 6 times 4 equals 24. DC Sun DNA. And then the 46 and the 13, and that will create the moon and the spirit. Not only that, but what happens to 10-4 is that this and this will then create 1 and 6 to a single digit. And that is the half-life right over here. So you see what this creates. This is the sun. This is DC, the 7th gateway, 7 times 7 times 7, 343, CDC. This will create 1 and 6, 6 and 1, 77 is the Christ. This will create the spirit in the moon. This is 19 and 05, the E-world, spirit in the moon, for the child, for the orphan child. So this is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 5 is separate. 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. And then the 0 is separate. And 8 removed, what happens is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then it becomes 8, 9, 1, 2 come together. This is what happened to the Canadian penny. This is the moon, the high moon, alpha beta creation of the high moon spirit. 3476, don't count the 5. 1 through 5 is 3. 3 through 5 is 4. 5 in between the 2 is 7. In between the 2 average between 5 and 7 is 6. That is your moon diameter. It relates to 2160 in miles, which 9 times 24, 9 reflecting your birth. 9 and 6 is your rotation of creation in the heavens because of what the design does. It shows you this digital 8. And at the same time, it's the connecting dots as shown on the F. And it's also when you can, not sure which way you can do this, but this is your 7. Basically. Anyway, 7 holding on to 8 on each side. I don't know. Just going through the motions right now. 57, 75. And they connect, or 25, 75. So now we have the duct or aqueduct. Somewhere in an aqueduct, power and energy. So basically this is what's going on right now, is that I dissect things and it was made perfect. The word is perfect, the alphabet is perfect, just like it was made for us. For one of us either to learn or not to be able to break the code, because we've had it all the time. No, sorry. We've had all the instruments. We just had to find the right mathematics, the right, what do you call it, equations to know the truth just by knowing the word. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video.